Spring arrives, you pull the lawnmower or the generator out of the garage, yank the cord, and get nothing. Just a sputter, a surge, or a dead engine. Your first instinct might be to blame a bad spark plug or a clogged filter, but the culprit is usually sitting right inside the tank. Modern ethanol-blended gasoline, like E10 or E15. In a fuel-injected car, this blend is highly effective. It helps cool the intake and raises the octane rating, allowing modern engines to run smoothly for over 100,000 miles. So we have a fuel that powers modern cars, but causes engine failure in lawnmowers and outboard motors. To understand why, we have to look at the chemical mismatch between legacy engine architecture and modern fuel dynamics. The first dividing line is time. Cars are driven daily. They cycle through a full tank of gas in a few days or weeks, burning the fuel before it has a chance to age. Now think about a generator, a chainsaw, or a boat. These machines are used intermittently. They often sit idle for 3 or 4 months at a time, often in humid environments like a backyard shed or a marina. When you combine that long idle period with atmospheric moisture, a staple fuel begins to degrade into a destructive chemical solvent right inside the tank. Ethanol is highly hygroscopic, acting like a magnet for water vapor. A standard blend holds 0.5% of water in suspension. At saturation, phase separation occurs. The ethanol breaks bonds with the gasoline, grabs the water, and sinks, leaving depleted, low-octane gasoline on top. You no longer have combustible fuel. You have a stratified tank, and that bottom layer is a corrosive, water-soaked alcohol sludge. This brings us to a significant hardware trap. We have to look at where a small engine actually draws its fuel from. Modern cars have active fuel management systems to handle impurities. But a simple, small engine draws fuel from the absolute lowest point of the tank. The engine ingests that dense layer of ethanol and water first. Once inside, that concentrated ethanol acts as a powerful solvent. It swells plastic O-rings, dissolves synthetic rubber fuel lines, and reacts with aluminum carburetors, forming chalky, white oxide powder. The materials in these older designs are defenseless against concentrated alcohol, which wears down metal and rubber components from the inside out. Even if the fuel hasn't separated yet, there is one final hurdle: combustion stoichiometry. Ethanol contains about 35% more oxygen by weight than pure gasoline. This is a photo of a standard carburetor. A car uses computer-controlled sensors to adjust fuel flow to balance out extra oxygen. But this mechanical carburetor relies on these fixed, unadjustable metallic jets. Because the carburetor cannot increase fuel flow to match the oxygen, the engine runs lean. Lean combustion generates excessive heat, often enough to melt spark plug electrodes or damage piston heads. Without a computer to adapt to the fuel chemistry, the engine eventually sustains thermal damage trying to process the oxygenated fuel. There is a common misunderstanding that you can rescue fuel after it has separated. In reality, the mixture is permanently ruined and cannot be remixed. You cannot pour in an additive to fix it. Fuel stabilizers are effective for preventing issues, but they cannot reverse the chemical separation once the water has bonded with the ethanol. Topping off the tank with fresh fuel won't help either. That only dilutes the corrosive sludge and flushes the contamination deeper into the engine's internal components. Managing ethanol in these engines relies on prevention, as there is no chemical or mechanical cure for fuel that has already broken down. Your first rule is to limit storage time. Buy only the amount of fuel you expect to use within 30 days. This prevents the mixture from sitting long enough to reach that moisture saturation point. Second, when the season ends, drain the system. Running the carburetor completely dry before storage removes the threat from the fuel lines and the tank. But the most effective solution is to remove the ethanol entirely. Buying ethanol-free fuel like Rec 90 for your intermittent use equipment eliminates the hygroscopic risk. Ethanol is a specialized chemical compound that serves a specific purpose in modern cars. But in machines that aren't engineered to handle it, it's a chemistry problem that's better avoided than managed.